like to lay low. I've been peeping what you bringing to the table. Working hard.
Hey, I'm Carly.
And I'm Skyla.
And today we are going to be talking about the different themes and the scenes of the book Their Eyes Are Watching God. Cheers.
We talking about today are gender
And love.
themes, and Their Eyes Are Watching God is genders. And Their Eyes Are Watching God in the novel, women were the weaker sex. Women were expected to marry and just like become a housewife, be this dependent woman of this man you're married to, and whatever his social ranking was your social ranking. So if you had been married to a mayor, he has a high social ranking, so that means you have a high social ranking too. If you're married to a bum, that means you have that social ranking too. So because of that, these women were kind of entitled to finding a man with power and ambition, because no one wanted to be that bum. Everyone wanted to be with that higher social ranking. So because of this, these men kind of took advantage of that, and they put these thoughts into women that they could not speak their mind, that they could not just do whatever they wanted to do, and they couldn't be independent, because they said that that made it seem as if independence and ambition and being intelligent was a masculine thing. And if you were masculine, that means you were unattractive. And if you were unattractive, then you couldn't get a husband and you couldn't rise to power. So in Janie's case, Janie was married to a mayor. Janie was married to a mayor, and he completely took control of her. He made her look like a weakling. He made her tie her hair up. She could only work in the store when he told her to. She had to look however he said she had to look, and she had to do whatever he told her to do. So men are often seen as the dominant person, and this story just shows that how society thinks about men and women. Men think that they're most dominant, and they think that they should control a woman, and a woman is led to believe that she's weak and that she has to depend on this man and let him control her and let him do whatever, just tell what to do, beat her, whatever, in order to have a high social ranking. But Janie realizes this isn't true when, not TK, but Janie realizes this when Jody tells her that she's not looking young anymore, and she just stops caring, and she tells him, like, you're not looking young either. You look just as bad as me, if not worse. So that was the first step in her, taking steps towards being a stronger woman in this particular society. And then she met this man named TK in chapter 12. And TK, he empowered her to be whoever she wanted to be. And he also loved her genuinely, something that she had always been wanting. And he was just something that she had never had before. And TK comes in and he kind of shifts the view towards like how men are today. Men are supportive and they will empower us, but if we get too full of ourselves, then they'll have to show who's boss. Because in chapter 14, maybe he beat her to let her know that, yeah, you can have control and you can have freedom and you can be independent, but I'm still the man of the house and I'm still, you know, dominant over you. I'm just not gonna be as controlling as your other husbands were. And that's really how men are today. So back then, or in the novel, it just shows how, well, the whole novel altogether shows how the gender roles have kind of switched over the years. It goes from being completely controlling and being completely dominant over women to, okay, we're gonna let you have your shine, but just know I'm still the head of this household. So that is really how gender plays a huge part in Their Eyes Are Watching God. Thanks.
Those in Their Eyes Are Watching God, it was portrayed differently. Janie, the main character, idea of love was different from the townspeople or the porch sitters' idea of love. So love was Janie's main goal. It was her goal to find true love. And her vision of love was to be open and to have equality throughout the relationship of a couple. And the townspeople idea of love was to just have the man over everything. The man takes over, like the man is in control. So throughout the book, Janie had experienced many types of love. And with one being with her grandmother, Nanny, she experienced a protective type of love. Her grandmother was an ex-slave, so of course she had a rough past, and her mother also had a rough past as well. And Nanny, the grandmother, didn't want Janie to experience the same thing, so her grandmother just made sure that Janie was safe and if she was well taken care of. So with that being said, Nanny took it upon herself to get Janie married, and Nanny married Janie to a guy named Logan Keelix, and Janie was not with that at all. So with Logan Keelix, Janie was obviously forced in that relationship by her grandmother, and Janie didn't experience love at all between them, but in that relationship. Logan basically just used Janie for work, and Janie wasn't satisfied because it wasn't what she was looking for. It wasn't her desire. Like I said before, her true love was being open and having equality in a relationship, and she didn't even want to be with Logan. So I felt as though I knew she wasn't going to be well off with him. So Janie's next relationship was with a guy named Joe. And in the beginning, Janie initially fell in love with his ambition and his dream. And she felt that she could live her dream and her desires through Joe. But after a short period of time of being married to him, she realizes that love is not there. Her desire is not there, because she starts getting abused and being controlled by Joe, and Joe shows her off as his possession instead of showing her off as his wife. So Janie's last relationship was with a guy named T-Cake, and he was really different from her past relationships. By him being poor and having a low social status, Janie still didn't look at him differently, and T-Cake accepted Janie for who she was truly, and he treated her with equality, unlike the other men in her past relationships. And it just shows that Janie, even through her good and bad times, she gained independence and strength even through the judgment, and she realized that T-Cake was her true love, and also she learns what true love really means with T-Cake.
All the stars are